the gunshot that shocked a nation. Now, dividing Japan, a decision to hold a state funeral for slain former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Abe was Japan's longest-serving Prime Minister. Despite stepping down in 2020, he remained an influential political figure in the region. He was campaigning for the Liberal Democratic Party, or LDP, in July when he was shot dead. This will be the first state funeral held for a Japanese Prime Minister in more than half a century. But the $12 million price tag and Abe's contentious legacy is stoking opposition.
今日本の中でも結構食べられない人とかお子さん小さいご家庭とかよく伺うので、そんなお金があったら他のことに使ってほしいっていうのが私のすごく一番思うところ。
A recent telephone poll by Japan's Kyodo news agency found 56% of Japan's public opposed Abe's state funeral, with 42.5% accepting it. Dignitaries from across the globe, including Taiwan, are expected to attend. Security arrangements have led to expenses ballooning to 6 times the initial estimate. But along with the cost, there are concerns a state funeral could mythologize a leader whose defense and economic record was highly contentious.
Inside Japan, he's known much more for sort of his right-leaning, conservative, sort of hard-right politics. I think the point is that a state funeral should probably be reserved for a consensus figure who is, respected by almost all sides. And Shinzo Abe was not that.
But there is another unexpected source of controversy. Alleged links between Abe's former party, the LDP, and the Unification Church, most famous for their mass weddings. The religious group was founded by the late Korean Messiah claimant Moon Sung-myeon. Donations from his followers, colloquially known as Moonies, allowed him to create a vast business and religious empire. But Abe's suspected killer said his mother was bankrupted by such donations. He told police he targeted Abe over his alleged links to the church and claimed he promoted it in Japan. The current Prime Minister Fumio Kishida issued an apology over allegations of his party's connections to the religious group.
世論調査等で支持率が下がっていることについては、先ほど申し上げたように旧統一教会の問題、国葬儀の問題などがあり、その中で国の信頼が政治の信頼が揺らぎつつある、こうしたことが大きいのだと思っています。
Japanese officials cited Abe's popularity overseas as justification for the state service. In Taiwan, his death prompted widespread public grief, with many lauding the former leader's support of warmer ties between Taipei and Tokyo. But in Japan, that too is another source of discord.
I could see certainly from the point of view of Taiwan, which would be very appreciative if Japan says that we'll help defend Taiwan in the case of a military conflict with mainland China. That doesn't necessarily go down so well in Japan, where a lot of people are like, well, you're kind of inviting a foreign danger.
Controversy over the state funeral reveals a marked difference in domestic and overseas perceptions of Abe. Evidence that even in death, the debate over his legacy continues. Klein, Wang and James Chater for TaiwanPlus.